Welcome to At the Van Wezel. I'm Mary Benzel, Executive Director, and I'm so glad to be back in Sarasota. And here I am with Tony Bessage, our General Manager. I was in New York.
Yes, a little bit warmer here for you.
Oh my gosh, I was never so happy to come home. You know, I was up in New York for the APAP, which is the Association of Performing Arts Professionals, where you buy all the shows and you meet agents, and I had 70 meetings in 5 days.
Oh my gosh.
But we got there and it was 10 degrees. And I forgot, I couldn't find my hat. And I had on this babushka coat, you know, like I look like Nanook of the North, you know. And they're like, you have that coat in Florida? And I'm like, well, it's from Philadelphia when I used to live there.
Yeah, we get chilly here.
Yeah,
No.
but I never have worn
Not
that
like
coat
that.
here, you
Yeah,
know.
no.
It was, and some guy came up to me, he goes, chinchilla, and I'm like, fake fur. You know, I'm not with the big bucks, but no, it was, I got to see The Elephant Man with Bradley
wow.
Cooper.
What a show.
Oh, you know, and of course he's making great headlines right now with American Sniper and everything, but he does a brilliant, brilliant job in The Elephant Man. And then we saw another cute show called Sex Tips for Straight Women from Gay Men.
Oh, well, there you go.
And that was okay, you know, that was okay. I didn't get that much useful information, but, and we also go to showcases and see different
cool.
things, and, you know, so it was a lot
of
of
good
fun.
possibilities coming up.
Oh, I have some great shows for next year.
Oh,
I'm really excited. The Broadway, there's too many Broadway shows to pick from. But we have a blockbuster coming. That's what I'm really excited about. And then I also met with the producers of Lion King and producers of Phantom and Wicked. So, you know, we have some exciting things. And, you know, you're not always working just for the next year. It's sometimes out there, you know.
Yeah. Well, it takes a while to make a season like you have.
But and I'm working on a collaboration with the Sarasota Orchestra. So, and folks, you may hear some background noise. We have, I think it's Michael Bolton rehearsing right now.
Right, yes.
Not bad to have Michael Bolton as your backup, right?
That's right. Who knows? Maybe he'll pop in and say hello.
That would be nice. You know, Maria, who's my assistant, popped into my office. She said, Michael Bolton's on the phone. So I pick up the phone. I go, hi, Michael. And of course, it was his tour manager.
Oh, of course. Oh.
But, you know. But I've met Michael Bolton a lot. He's really a cool guy.
Yeah. He puts in a great show.
He does. He sings a lot of love songs. A lot of love songs. But anyway, we, of course, have Jersey Boys coming up later this year.
Yes.
And Jersey Boys, I have to tell you,
oh my gosh.
we are over $900,000 in tickets sold without yet running a single ticket ad. We've done our season brochure. So I think there's, at this point, maybe 3,000 tickets left,
not many.
is not many, you know, in 15 or 20,000 tickets.
Right.
So anybody that wants to see Jersey Boys, it's March 3 through 8, I believe.
Yeah,
and
8 shows we have.
8 shows. We've got 3 matinees. So please come and see Jersey Boys, because I'm a Jersey girl, and I'm telling you, this Jersey Boys show is great.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
You love it too, don't you?
Oh, cannot wait to see it.
But speaking of Jersey Boys,
there he is.
the original Jersey Boys,
right.
Mr. Frankie Valli is here on January 27th.
That's right.
And I think I presented Frankie Valli maybe 8 or 9 times.
Wow.
And of course, backing up Frankie Valli, the show's called Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, but these aren't the original 4 guys. No. He's the original.
He's the original. Right.
And he's the, you know, but he has some gorgeous boys with him too. Yeah. You know, they do a great.
And he puts on a great show every
4th year in a row, sold out every year. And
amazing.
Maybe a single ticket or 2 left. And then we have Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis. Don't you love them?
The voices, their voices are amazing.
And she is still stunningly beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, he's handsome, but she's,
she is,
wow.
yes. Yeah.
And of course, Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis were the front singers of The Fifth Dimension.
That's right, that's right.
And Up, Up, and Away, and The Wedding Bell Blues.
Oh, yeah.
All those great songs.
There's so many songs that they have.
We had some other members of The Fifth Dimension a couple of years ago, but these are the two big folks. You know, so really, I think sometimes, you know, people don't connect the names. So there are a number of good tickets left because they don't connect the fact, and they're going to sing all their hits.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you get there, you hear the songs, you're like, oh, I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I don't want to really ruin it for anybody, you know. But anyway, you don't have to be, you know, you don't have to be a star to be in my show and all those. Anyway, one less bell to answer. And then we have a really great show coming up, Ballroom with a Twist. Now, do you watch Dancing with the Stars?
I do.
I do too. I've watched it since the beginning, and you know, I don't anymore see every episode.
No,
you know,
but you catch them here and there. And we've had a few of those stars here.
Oh yeah, we had the 2 most gorgeous stars, I would say. You know, and with Move, which is going out again, and I've been trying to get it, but they're trying to play much bigger places, and it's Derek Huff and Julianne Hough, but. They were phenomenal. But this show has, oh my gosh, this one's got Tony Dovolani in it,
Oh, wow.
who, you know, he's handsome. And then Cheryl Burke. We tried to have Cheryl Burke here once before and it didn't work out. And I think we have a little message from Cheryl Burke to talk about the Van Wezel, which I think she calls it the Van Wezel, but we'll let her talk.
Yeah, she's Cheryl.
And here's Cheryl.
Hey Sarasota, it's Cheryl Burke from Dancing with the Stars, and I'm so excited to be able to perform with Ballroom with a Twist with me and my friends. Meet us at the Van Wezel Theater, and I better see you on the dance floor.
And she's just as cute as can be.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
it's going to be a great show.
I'm going to try to say this name, Anna Trebinskaya.
That you did
There
a
you
great
go.
job.
Lacey Schwimmer and Dimitri Chaplin. Dimitri Chaplin is gorgeous. And that show is January 29th. It's been in a lot of major cities, and it is fantastic dancing. And of course, these are the real, in my mind, stars of the show.
Right.
Now the show's been running so long, you know, the heck with the B and C actors and sports people. The real stars in my mind are these people.
Oh my God, it's amazing what they do.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And then we have, you know, we were talking about Frankie Valli. We have the Golden Boys. And I have to tell you folks, this show stars Frankie Avalon, Fabian, and Bobby Rydell. And you remember David in our box office manager said, once a day somebody calls and asks, is this a tribute show?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, they are still alive and they're singing.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, Frankie Avalon is so handsome still.
Yeah.
And Fabian, what charm. And they show movies of like when these girls were ripping their clothes off them, and it was just hysterical. And Bobby Rydell is really sweet, of course, you know, from Bye Bye Birdie. And then the Ballet Trocadero.
Oh my gosh.
And I was in New York City, as I was talking about, and they were everywhere because they were
Really?
performing at Lincoln Center or
Oh, wow.
somewhere.
Okay.
And there were posters on the buses of the Ballet Trocadero, and I'm like, they're coming to the Van
That's
Wezel.
right. Oh, I can't wait to see that show.
And they're here on February 4th, and we have a little video
I
for
think
you.
we do.
Our thing hysterical, of course, it's
But-
the joke is that they're men,
They're men.
on point, en pointe, and
right.
that show is on February the 4th. And then we have one of the most popular shows is Neil Berg, and he does, I mean, what are we on, the 106 years of Broadway?
It's just crazy.
And the show, it was so popular that the evening show has sold out, but we've added a matinee, and there are tons of great seats for the matinee, and that's on February 5th. The matinee's at 2. And the important thing is Neil Berg's parents live here in Sarasota.
That's right.
So it's like family week when,
It is.
when
Oh,
he
yeah,
comes
when
to
they-
town.
oh, yeah.
And I mean, I'm already working on next year's show.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have
Oh, it's just
107
crazy.
years of Broadway.
That's right.
By the
All
time
right.
we're done, I'll be at 125 years of Broadway. And then we have one of my favorite
Oh, my
orchestras. The Boston Pops are coming, and they are here on February 6th. And the Boston Pops here are always a sellout. There are some single tickets left
That's
and a
about
few
it.
pairs, so come and get your tickets right away. And then the piano guys. And of course, this is always confusing us because we have the piano guys and the piano men. So tell us a little bit about the piano guys.
Piano guys. Now these, if I remember correctly, there's two gentlemen from Utah. Are they not?
Correct.
That's right.
And they are a YouTube sensation.
Yeah.
And I think it's easiest.
That's right.
If we
Just
let's
let's-
just show the
just to
video,
show
I
it.
think that's
Just
the
show.
easiest. Here we go. And they're here on February the 7th. And then this is a group that I saw in Nashville, and they've never been to Sarasota. These are called the Time Jumpers. And in Nashville, when I was there, there's a lot of honky tonks and clubs. You know, if you watch the TV show Nashville, they're always going to a club. Well, on Monday nights in Nashville, when he's not on tour, Vince Gill plays with a band called the Time Jumpers. And he's going to be here in Sarasota. Now, Vince Gill is always a sellout. The ticket price is usually expensive. This band, because, you know, Vince is just part of the group, but he's going to be here, and he'll sing some songs. They all sing songs, and that is here on February the 18th, and there's still tickets.
February 8th.
February 8th, because February 18th, I'm sure we're in the middle of something
We
else.
have something else going on.
Wouldn't that be fun if the Time Jumpers were jumping into...
Well, they are time jumpers.
There you go.
That's
And
right.
then the last one I'll mention is the Duke Ellington Orchestra, and that is on February the 9th, not the 19th, Tony, the 9th.
This time.
And we're going to be back in just a minute with some of my best friends from our fantastic Hotel Indigo, which is one of our sponsors, and they're right down the street from us. And we'll be back in a minute at the Van Wezel. And welcome back to At the Van Wezel. As I mentioned, I have two wonderful people here from one of my favorite hotels in town and also one of our really greatest sponsors. I have Leslie Power, who's the general manager, and Shauna Ruby, the director of sales from Hotel Indigo, which is the hotel I stayed at, Shauna, when I came to be interviewed for the job. So that will always be in my heart.
Nice.
We love that the hotel is so close to the Van Wezel, and one of the nice things is your hotel is so warm and charming, and you do so many great community events. I was at one at Christmas time, Leslie, that you did such a great job of.
Well, it was so much fun to host our gingerbread competition that we do with our local clients and the community, and we use it as a fundraiser and a charity event that allows people to show their creativity.
Right.
And then they can win monies and funds for a local charity of their choice.
And it was great for me. I got to sit with some other nonprofits from town, and you know, I think it's fantastic. We're a hotel that primarily caters to, I guess, out-of-town guests, but you do so many things here in the community. Is there a reason for that, or is that just a preference of yours?
Well, we try really hard to be recognized as a part of our neighborhood and community in Sarasota. We want to be the neighborhood hotel where you want to put your friends and your family and your out-of-town travelers, whether they're here for leisure or commercial business.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would guess I'd think of you in the class of a boutique hotel, which I really tend to go to staying at a boutique hotel, especially when I've traveled in Europe. I try to find, you know, special sites, and you've just redecorated the hotel. Can you tell us a little bit about the changes?
Absolutely. We just really completed about a $1.4 million renovation where we completely changed the appearance of the guest rooms.
And I told you this, I don't think you needed to because it was gorgeous to start with, so.
But it was kind of like the hotel grew up a little bit. We were a beach cottage hotel, and we went to sort of a coastal, casual feel in the building, and everything that is represented in the renovation takes on different areas of Sarasota. And our local photography is all that's displayed is all images of Sarasota. So we're able to talk about that and engage with our guests about our community that we're so proud to be a part of.
And I think something that I found so unique to your hotel, and this is not to slam anybody else, but when I stayed there, I remember I came running in late at night and I said, oh, is there any way I could get a Coke? And the guy at the bar poured one out for me, and he said, well, this is on the compliments of the hotel, and he didn't have to do something like that. And little touches like that, I think, from staff make you feel so wonderful. You've done a really great job of training your staff to be so accommodating, which I think is special.
We have a really strong staff, definitely. I came on board 6 months ago, and that's something that really stood out to me as a newcomer.
Where did you come from?
I was with the Marriott's by the airport.
Oh, okay.
So I've been in the business here I was with the Marriott's for 6 years, and so.
Another great friend to the arts.
Absolutely, and really happy to be downtown and even more engaged with the arts in Sarasota, and Leslie and her team, 80% of the staff has been there since they opened, and we just celebrated our 8th anniversary. So
Congratulations.
it says a
We're
lot.
45.
It says a lot.
I wish.
Right? It says a lot about the staff and the level of service that they
So who are your
perform.
clients mainly? Do you have programs for people that are in our community? I know myself, I'd love to get away for a weekend and just come downtown, and you could go to the Saturday morning festival and the what do you call it, the farmers market, and go to the beach. And do you ever do anything for local people?
Yep, we definitely engage with locals. We will randomly run specials for locals, and we also have a lot of packages that can be found directly on our website, and we have partnered with University Town Center.
That's great.
The new mall, and we have a nice package with them where they receive a gift card to Macy's and Capitol Grill.
Oh, good. That's great there.
Another thing that we do with our in-house guests, getting them acquainted with the local events, is that we use a nice postcard that they crafted, and that they'll let them know they'll put it underneath their door, and they'll let them know about the downtown farmers market, the Siesta Key Drum Circle.
I have never done that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. That sounds like so much fun.
So yeah.
The one time I was really going, it rained that night, and I was like, bummer.
Why does that happen, right?
I don't
When
know.
you
I don't
take
know,
the
because it
time.
doesn't rain very much in Sarasota except in the summertime, you know. And but I just love the hotel and the amenities, and it's really great. How do people get if they want to look up? Do you have a website or a phone number or?
Yep, we have a website, hotelindigosarasota.com, and our direct line, which is 941-487-3800, or we do have an 800 number as well.
That's great.
And we are part of the Intercontinental Hotel Group.
Oh, great.
Which is the largest hotel chain in the world, which umbrellas the Holiday Inn, Intercontinentals, and Crown Plazas. So we're the luxury boutique brand of that. So.
And I have put a lot of our famous guests have stayed there.
Yes.
Regis Philbin comes to mind, and many others. And it's really fantastic seeing somebody like that in the hotel, in the lobby. It's exciting.
And it always is when you see a performer, an athlete, an entertainer, and you're kind of,
It is.
oh, wow,
And
this
some of
is
them are
pretty
really, really
special.
nice,
They
and
really are.
And I mean, they're people like everybody else. They have good days and bad days, and but I just know Regis was a lot of fun when he was over at your hotel and enjoyed it. But Leslie, tell me a little bit about your community involvement. I know you've done a lot.
You know what, we participate in quite a few community events. We support Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Boys and Girls Club, and we're very active with them in different events and organizations, and we'll do fundraisers. One of the most recent activities that we participated in was fundraising for the Lido Beach Park out at the end of Lido Beach there, because they were in need of some improvements, and it's such a great natural resource. And our guests are always looking for different venues and different places to go. And we always use that park also, so it was a lot of fun to be able to support the efforts that they had there with the community.
Well, I think all of your efforts are great. We're out of time, but I should say, if you want to get away for a weekend, this is the perfect hotel to do it. Or I know I've had too many guests in my house. Everybody wants to visit you in Florida, so this would be the perfect place to put some of the relatives, and then you could come down and visit them and and you have a great restaurant too. I should mention.
Our restaurant is fabulous.
It's really good.
So really
everyone
has.
come to the Hotel Indigo, and we will have all the information on the screen. And I just want to thank you both, because you have been such dear friends to me since the day I moved to town, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and we really appreciate the partnership and everything that the Van Wezel has done to support our efforts also in the community
thank you.
and operations.
And Leslie is the best. I mean, she's even married to a Cincinnati Red coach and everything. So we will be back in just a minute at the Van Wezel.
What happens when people take action against housing discrimination? My coworker was pressured by her landlord to pay her rent with sexual favors. My neighbor was told she needs to get rid of her dog, even though he's an assistance animal. Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim, report it to HUD, like we did.
They all reported discrimination and were able to secure their fair housing rights under the law. Visit HUD.gov/fair housing or call the HUD hotline. Fair housing is your right. Use it.
And welcome back to At the Van Wezel. Don't you like the Hotel Indigo?
I love that place.
And they meant to tell us, everybody, they've won for the 3rd consecutive year in a
Right.
row the Torchbearer Award, which is like the pinnacle you can get
Oh, yeah.
in that hotel group, and that is fantastic. And
I love that hotel.
Stay at the Hotel Indigo, and they have a really great restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, we get to talk about a show that I have just been dying to see again. Harry Connick
Harry
Jr.
Connick
is
Jr.
coming. Of course, we all see him on American Idol, you know, with Keith Urban and J-Lo.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
But
Oh.
he was hot before then. I mean,
When he was here a couple years ago?
yes,
Oh, what a
3
great
years
show.
ago. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic.
Oh.
He's here on February 10th. You never know, they might turn back some tickets from the band.
Yeah.
That sometimes happens on the day of
On
show,
the day of
because
show.
otherwise that show is sold out. And I would bring him back next week if I could. But well, in fact, he could stay all week as far as I'm concerned.
That's right.
But
You have a room at your house, right?
yeah, I do. I have an extra room. And I'm sure Tinkerbell, my dog, would love him.
That's right.
Except he has a Victoria's Secret model wife,
No,
you know.
she may not.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know.
I don't think she would worry one bit if he stayed with me. And then we have a show that has not been here also, Irvin Mayfield and the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra. And Irvin Mayfield has won all sorts of Grammy Awards. He is a trumpeter. It's going to be a fantastic show. And this is Mardi Gras time.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
Oh, perfect.
I mean, this town loves jazz. And so everybody come out February 11th for Irving Mayfield.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for me to say. And the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra. I also have a sinus infection, and I like sit up at night and just cough my lungs out. So I'm surprised I haven't treated everybody to my great condition. But then we have a Broadway show that I adore. Have you
I've
seen?
never seen this one yet.
Well, it was new on Broadway a year or two ago. It's called Peter and the Starcatcher. And it's sort of a prequel, if you will, of Peter Pan. I mean, people are just, there are certain stories people just love to tell
yeah.
over and over again. And Peter and the Starcatcher, there's some music in it, but it's funny, and it's all done with unusual props. There are a few
cool.
tickets left for that. But Peter and the Starcatcher is definitely fun, February 12th, and it's a family night, which means that you can buy a ticket for, if a parent or an adult buys a ticket, they can buy a ticket for a student for free, or you don't buy it, you get a free
get a free
ticket.
ticket.
And then after the show, we have an event downstairs in the grand foyer, which is beautiful down there. And we have like cheese and crackers and sodas and cake.
Cake
and
and
the
all that.
performers come down and you get to ask questions.
Oh, that's
and
great. That's
students
always
just
great.
love it.
Oh, yeah.
And I see a lot of sort of unstudents or older students sneaking down there, and we're just happy if
Child
you
at
want to come
heart.
down. A child at heart. That's you and me, Tony.
That's right.
And then tell me about Miss Ross. I know you've seen her.
Oh my gosh. Our mayor's favorite. Oh my gosh. She is, when you think of diva, superstar.
Superstar,
that's
Diana Ross comes right to mind.
Oh my gosh. What an unbelievable show she puts on.
Oh, this is the third time I've seen her here at the Van Wezel, but I've also seen her in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. And
It's like you can't stop her.
oh, and I was in St. Martin on vacation years ago, and they were like, there's Diana Ross's house. And I'm like, oh, Miss Ross, remember me? I'm sure that would not work. But anyway, February 13th, and last year, Mayor Shaw gave her the key to the city. So you never know. Diana Ross has the key to the city. She could be opening up doors all over
That's
town.
right. That's
you know,
right. You
so
never know.
beware.
She might
If
be
somebody
knocking.
starts coming in and singing some hits. And then for Valentine's Day, we have a fantastic show.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he does an unbelievable job.
Michael Feinstein, everybody. And this is the Sinatra Centennial. And he is really been given charge of the Sinatra songbook. And he'll tell lots of funny stories on stage about the first time he met, you know, Old Blue Eyes and the chairman of the board. And
Oh, yeah.
Michael Feinstein has just got a personality
Oh, yeah.
that
He just captures the whole stage.
oh, he
just-
does,
Yeah.
and he is charming. And where else would you like to be on Valentine's Day than here with Michael Feinstein in the beautiful Van Wezel, have a great dinner that they serve down at Madison's, and then hear Frank Sinatra songs on.
On Valentine's Day.
Probably my niece and nephew wouldn't like it because they're
Well, yeah.
23, but you know, they've got to get educated.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know.
Yeah.
They know performers. I don't even know who they are. So then we have a show, and of course we've confused the audience because we have the piano guys,
Yes.
and now we have the piano men. And of course, the Piano Men is by Jim Witter, who is a great performer, and he does the songs of What Two Big.
Billy Joel and Elton John.
And it's all their
Unbelievable.
hits.
Oh my gosh.
It's all their hits. Let's look a little video.
You might just as well be blind. It always seems to be so hard.
And that show is on February the 16th. We actually
February the 15th.
Oh, February the 15th. I'm off a
The
day.
16th, we have something else coming.
Oh, we have something else. Well, we have something every day here at the
That's
Van
right.
Wezel. But it was nice of Jim Witter to move his show because he was later in the month.
Right.
But we had a special person coming that we'll tell you about in a little bit that took that date. But on February 17th, do you agree with that date, Tony?
Is Alvin Ailey.
Yes. I just wanted to check.
However, on the 16th, though, we have Dancing with the Pros.
Now, the big difference with this show from Ballroom with the Twist is this is a show where we have a host coming. You know, I think it's Alan Thicke, I
Alan Thicke
think,
is coming,
and everybody gets to vote. So the show is different every night. So with this one, you're going to vote on
the
which
winner-
couple is the
right.
winner. And this show is really fantastic too. I've seen a little of this, and it's really good. But then on February 17th is Alvin Ailey, which of
Oh
course
my
is
gosh.
fantastic.
What an unbelievable show that they put
They
on.
are. They do. They do.
I don't know how they do what they do on stage.
And we're almost sold out for that show, but we also have a children's show, and they do a special show for our education series that is totally different than the nighttime show. The nighttime show is, you know, the big, fantastic
Oh, yeah.
numbers, and of course, I'm sure they'll do Revelations because that's the one everybody wants to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
But they really go into it for the children and the students and explain about dancing, and they're fantastic role models. And then the person that we were talking about, we had to move the piano men for, was we had an opportunity to bring in Ringo Starr, one of the Beatles, for our 45th anniversary.
Right.
And this is our anniversary
gosh.
party. And the foundation is having a dinner. You could call the foundation. Let me get this number right. It's 366-5578. And you get dinner and you get to see the show. Because I think those are the only tickets left at
That's
this
all
point.
that's left.
Of course, again, I will say this, we're very close to the show or day of the show. Sometimes the band doesn't use all of their
Right.
show
So you might
tickets,
have
and
some-
we get some turned back. But this is not just Ringo Starr. This is Ringo Starr and the all-star band. I
Yeah.
mean, Todd Rundgren comes.
Oh my gosh. I've heard so many good things about
Oh,
this.
people just rave about this, and
And
they have
he's a
him back
Beatle
and
in our
back.
theater.
He's a Beatle.
Wow.
I mean, you know, I've got people sending me emails saying, please, please, can I meet him? Can I meet him? And I'm like, I want to meet him.
Yes.
You know? But no, you know, Ringo is always been a real favorite of mine.
Oh my gosh.
And I also should tell you that our gala that's coming up is with Sarah McLachlan on March 27th. And in the meantime, there's a fantastic chance to win a Lexus.
That's right.
Yeah, and the
it's
car
sitting
is
out in our
parked
lot.
out in front of our theater.
building, that's right.
And I'm very often, it's like says something like, take this key, and I'm like, well, let me take it, and I'll just
Take a little for a
take
little
the
drive.
Lexus
That's
somewhere.
right.
Yeah,
We'll
why
test drive
not?
for them.
And the cool thing about this is the car that you win, say that's not your favorite model, or you want a different model Lexus because you want a convertible or whatever, or you want a different color, you can apply the money that is allotted towards that car to another car.
Oh, that's cool.
So I bought last year a chance for each of my I was talking about my sister has 23-year-old twins, so they were like really bummed that they didn't win, you know, and I was like, darn, you know, but
I know.
it would be bad, you know, if we can't fix anything, you
No, we
know.
can't.
It's very sad, but
I know, but
but no, we're glad
It's a
because
beautiful car,
it's
though.
somebody from, I think it was oh God, no, not New Orleans, but
is it Tennessee?
somebody from
Nashville or
Tennessee,
something like
somebody
that?
from Nashville.
That's right.
Somebody
That's
from
right.
Nashville won the car last year.
right, yeah, with the
and
drawing right
Jay
on
Leno,
stage.
remember Jay
He
Leno
pulled it.
pulled
That's
out the
right.
ticket.
That's right.
And so this year it's going to be Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
again, she does a great show. And then of course they have the black tie dinner and then the party afterwards.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
fantastic evening.
And the
So,
beautiful night.
so for all these shows we talked about, please see our website, www.vanwezel.org, or 953-3368, or come to the box office. And I tell you, it's a different, more exciting show each night.
That's right.
And if
It
I
is.
get the dates right, I'll be coming to these shows
There
too.
you go. Well, thank God we have a brochure.
There you go. And we'll see you next month at the Van Wezel.